The lantern readings are intuitively received messages for those standing at the threshold of return. Not a return to who they once were, but a return to the self that was never lost, only buried beneath survival, silence, and expectation. These readings are not predictions, they are recognitions. A remembering of truth already living inside the body, waiting for language gentle enough to be heard. They are offered to a quiet collective, the ones coming home to themselves, the first matriarchs of their lineage, the cycle breakers who chose awareness where there was once unconscious repetition. The woman learning to replace endurance with safety, performance with presence, and inheritance with intention. Each lantern reading is a soft light held in dark places, illuminating grief without drowning in it, revealing strength without hardening the heart, and guiding the nervous system back towards steadiness, choice, and self-trust. This is not spectacle, spirituality. This is slow and honest remembering. A lantern, not a spotlight. A return, not an escape. A beginning that feels like truth instead of pressure. For the woman who feels the ending of one life and the quiet beginning of another. For the last daughter becoming the first matriarch. Now I want to start this channel quietly, not with answers and not with a promise of clarity, but with 3 questions I've been living inside. And not to resolve them all at once, but just to walk them honestly and out loud. The first question is this: what truth am I already living that I keep waiting to be validated? For me, the answer surprised me in its simplicity. It wasn't confusion. It wasn't doubt. It was movement. I realized I'm already in motion. I've already stepped off the ledge internally. I'm already living the leap. And at the same time, I already have the language, the tools, the capacity to name what I'm experiencing. So nothing is missing. The only thing that's been lingering is the quiet habit of waiting for a signal or for someone's permission. For someone else to say, yes, you're allowed to do this. And the truth is that validation isn't required anymore. The second question I've been sitting with is, what happens to me when I'm seen? And what did I learn from that? When I've been visible in the past, being seen didn't always mean being understood. Sometimes my words were taken right out of context. Sometimes my intent was misunderstood. Sometimes clarity was distorted into something strategic or defensive. So I learned to be careful, to be precise, and to speak cleanly rather than loudly. Not because I don't trust myself, but because I do. I do trust myself. And that experience didn't make me hide. It taught me discernment. It taught me that not everyone needs access to everything. And that clarity doesn't require explanation. The third question is the one that changes everything. What shifts when I stop asking for permission and simply keep moving? What changes is something very subtle, but very real. I return to a voice that feels natural, unperformed, unforced. The part of me that spoke before I learned to monitor myself, which is probably when I was about 2. And at the same time, I stopped reaching for response. I stopped adjusting based on reaction. I stopped hovering, waiting to see how something lands. I speak and then I keep moving. And that's where safety lives for me now. Not in certainty and not in approval, but in continuity. Continuity. So this channel isn't here to resolve you. It's not here to convince you. And it's certainly not here to offer answers that you can cling on to. It's here to walk with questions while staying present with yourself. If any of this feels familiar to you, you're not behind. You're already moving, and you don't need permission to keep going.